On this weekly recap, we're actually going to look ahead to June and talk about some of the biggest releases that are coming up. We're going to talk about some backyard breaks and some more unfortunate circumstances there and more, and we're going to give away some cards at the end. But first, here's the intro. Our lead story today is about a former Backyard Breaks employee who was caught stealing cards, and this is just another dark spot on Backyard Breaks' resume. It probably seems like we go hard on them at CardLines.com, but it's just because they give us all the opportunity to. We're not biased, they just keep screwing up. So this time there was this guy named Ethan Rubin who has been on the Facebook Sports Card Scammer tracker page with some very serious allegations. He's been trying to buy Panini stickers, like the signing stickers. But there's some other characters involved here. Ethan Fine, Jeff DeJesus, and all these guys that work or worked at BackyardBreaks.com, as we found out from their LinkedIn bio. There's a lot of finger pointing going on, but we truly think both parties might be at fault. And if you want a deep dive on exactly what happened and why you should stay away from Backyard Breaks, then this article is a good read. I will just say, if you'd rather read about the more optimistic stuff of the hobby, your takeaway here is just don't buy repacks and just stay away from Backyard Breaks. Not a good organization. Panini's finally getting to release some licensed baseball cards with 2024 Panini Stars and Stripes Baseball. It's a good lineup of players and athletes. The problem is some of them are like 13s. Super duper young prospects. It's everybody affiliated with USA Baseball from like age 13 to some of the top college guys. There's a lot of good college guys in it. Seaver King, Brody Breck here. He's a really good dude at Iowa. I have a friend who's mutual friends with him. Really likes him. Hagen Smith, Braden Montgomery, Texas A&M stud, Charlie Condon, one of the best hitters we've ever seen. A lot of good players. And then that said, despite that, these packs historically have not aged very well. The boxes, well, they're releasing $95 to $100 this year. Just looking back, it looks like they've lost 30% of their value every year. They've all had the same release price. So there's some big cards here. It looks like a Jackson Holiday batting glove, number to 3, sold for $305. Dylan Cruz Jumbo Material Shoe Relic sold for $300. A Kaboom of Dylan Cruz sold for about $400. So we know there's cards in here. The resales I'm giving are obviously from the previous year, but we know there's going to be cards in this year's set that are going to be worth something at some point. Just not 100% sure if there's enough potential to really offset. That said, they're $100 boxes, and you get 7 autographs or memorabilia cards and 1 insert per box. So if you want to just rip some stuff, or maybe you have a young son that loves baseball, this would be a good product to rip with him. Might be some kids his age in it. I don't think that's a good thing. Up an article highlighting the biggest sports card releases in June. Again, this is all tentative. The dates slide. Half the ones that are here will probably end up in July. That's kind of how it goes. But as of right now, here's the dates. And we identified the top products. Being featured on this list does not mean that you're a must-buy. It's just one that's going to attract a lot of headlines. And we wanted to give our honest feedback about those products and how we're going to handle them. So bear that in mind. As you look through here, it's Optic, Donruss Baseball. That's such a cool, that Pandora's box of schemes looks real cool. Limited Football, Series 2 Baseball, Contenders Basketball, Mosaic Basketball, Panini 1 Football, Panini Optic Football. Honestly, what are the odds that Optic Football and Basketball comes out the same month? Impeccable has this new logo man where it has a specific game. It's called the Elegance Rookie, I spelled that wrong, I need to fix that. The Elegance Rookie Logo Man Autograph, where you get a logo man and it's tied to a specific game. And then finally, Prism WWE. So again, we're not recommending buying all these, but we are at least offering insight and some historical data with how these have fared as long-term investments in the past. So check out this article too. Speaking of Prism WWE, I'm going to gloss over this because I think 85% of our viewers probably don't care, but it's coming out this year, same Prism hobby format as always, 12 and 12 with some autographs, some inserts, some parallels. If you're interested in learning more about it and what you can pull out of this $225 box, give this article a read if you're a WWE guy. Talked about this briefly last week, so we're going to just do the follow-up since now there's an article out. J Balvin dropped some shoes with Nike, and he had a little anti-bot strategy in place where If a bot bought them, it charged $25,000, and you got a couple different discount codes you can enter to lower the price down to $250, I think. So you shave off a huge chunk of the price tag just by doing as it said. There's been people that tweeted and showed that, hey, we paid full price for this. This is crazy. So I know that it worked. He accomplished what he was trying to do. People have spent $25,000 on these shoes because it was purchased by bots. And it's cool because he proved that he could filter out bots and prioritize the real customers. That said, and I said this last week too, it's more of a fan service sort of thing than anything. A company like Nike doesn't necessarily care if anything's bought by bots or people, or at least the balance sheet shouldn't care. Obviously, you want to do right by the people, and if everything's constantly sold out, then you're annoying your customers, and that could potentially hurt you, but I don't know if Panini seems like the kind of company that would necessarily want to take the steps to fight bots. Topps might, who knows, they're selling out stuff. But none of this is as big of a deal as it was during 2020, 2021, when everything sold out on drop, when sports cards were just up 5x what they are now across the board. Either way, though, very interesting strategy, and I think there's going to be some ideas poached from this moving forward. And then here's an article that's not actually live yet at the time I'm recording the video, so we're going to just look at the draft. But NBA Premium Stock Basketball is coming out. They're brushing off the 2019-20 Hoops Premium Stock. Now it's just called Panini Premium Stock. But it's like a late season release, last minute cash grab. The last time they did it was trying to cash in on Zion Williamson rookie cards. It's clearly Panini saying, hey, we can't continue to print Wembanyama rookie cards for too long, so let's get it while it's good, and they're rolling out one more product. I've seen some people say it's kind of weird that Panini has their own card. That's not new. They used to. Panini used to be a brand. Here's the 2013-14 Giannis Panini rookie. I just put this in here because I'd seen enough people talking about how weird it was that Panini had their own brand. And it's not a product that I'm definitely not buying it for a long-term hold. This stuff with Zion, they're selling for less than $20 a box right now. So it is down big time. I think it released at 30, so it's lost 33% basically of its value as a long-term hold. So I'm not buying it to hold. If I find it, I might buy a box in the wild just to rip, and that could be fun. I think the cards, if you can be one of the first people to market with the Wembanyama cards, you could easily get more than you paid for them out of it. But it's not a brand that I'm trying to buy to hold sealed or just hold singles of. And then finally, every week we've been trying to give away a box of cards, and this week's winner is Teriyak 1. Terry, I'm going to comment on this sparring session from a long time ago. So I said, hey man, we picked you to win a box of cards. Watch our video tomorrow, 5:31, and email me by next Friday to get the box. So when you see this, all you have to do is just send me an email, jesse@cardlines.com, and let me know what your favorite of the big three sports are, baseball, basketball, or football, and I will send you a box of cards. Also send me your address. That would make it more useful to send you stuff. So, cool. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys learned something. I'm not going to have a weekly recap next Friday, but I do have a video scheduled that I think is going to be fun. I'm going to be fishing, so that'll be good. See you next time.